Okay, so welcome to the most recent episode of Juicy Bits, the most recent one since the last recent one. I'm Juicebox. Today I want to cover in King of Fighters 13 how throws and command grabs work, and I also want to throw out a quick shout out to Quickrise and how the Quickrise is related to throws. Okay, so what I've got here is Yuri, the dummy. She is set currently to crouch all guard, okay? So basically she will block everything that I could possibly throw at her. No pun intended. So, when it comes to throws in 2D fighters, what are they for? Obviously, if your opponent is guarding everything, it is still possible for you to deal damage to them, okay? In King of Fighters 13, throws are activated with one button. Simply while you're at point blank range, hold back or forward, left or right, then hit hard punch or hard kick. It doesn't matter if you're holding forward or back for the direction of the throw. Hard kick will throw backwards, and hard punch will throw forwards. Okay? Also, so as you can see, if you hit back and hit hard kick, we'll throw backwards. If you hit back and hit hard punch, we'll still throw forwards. Okay? So the button determines the direction. Now, it should also be said, you can walk and you can run in this game. You cannot throw while running. If you're running and you're holding that forward direction, you will never get a throw. So if you want to throw while running, you have to do something else. The easiest way to throw while running is to, while you're running, hit the button, and then very, very quickly hit backwards. Okay? As long as you hit the back quickly enough, then the button will be interrupted and you'll get the throw. This is a holdover. This has been in many KOF games in the past, so this is a KOF thing. Okay? If you wanted, you could run and then hold back and then hit the button, but that's harder to do. In my opinion, it's easier to hit the button and then hit back really quickly. So that's how you can pull off a running throw. It's really useful when you have poke strings and you want to get them to stop guarding. Okay? Now, how do you break a throw? That is really simple. Simply input a throw. Hey! Okay? All you have to do is hold back or forward and hit hard punch or hard kick. It doesn't matter which direction you're holding, and it doesn't matter which button you press. A throw is a throw. There's no 50-50 there. You just get a throw break regardless. Now you have to be holding left or right in order to break a throw. And that means that you have to stand up to tech that throw. So if somebody runs up to you and you try to tech a throw, you might accidentally open yourself up low because you have to go to left or right to tech that throw. You want to be careful that you don't over-tech throws and look for them too early, otherwise you can be hit low in this game, and it's a better mix-up in this game for trying to tech a throw than in most 2D fighters. Okay? Now, also, those are just normal throws. You should also note command grabs. Yuri has a command grab, that's half circle back kick. These cannot be broken. Just like in other 2D fighters, you cannot break a command grab, and if you want to avoid them, you have to jump. You have to jump, or you have to backdash, okay? Jump, backdash, or do something else that is throw invincible. Okay? Jump, backdash, throw invincibility, but you cannot tech a command throw, okay? Let's see. Another interesting thing, this is what separates throws in KOF from some other games. Watch this here. Let's see here, let me set this up right. Okay, so this show up I hear, it has a really big period of recovery. This is her uppercut, and if this misses, you can totally punish her for it. So you might say, well, can I punish it with the throw, like say if I block it? Well, the answer is no. In King of Fighters 13, a normal throw is never a punish, ever. You can tech throws while you are in the recovery of special moves. This is true for all characters. So if your opponent misses something in your face, you need to make sure that if you're going to go for a close hard punch or a close hard kick as a punish, that you let go of the stick and you let the stick go to neutral. Because if you hold left or right and you press that hard punch or that hard kick, you're going to get a throw, and they can actually break that throw. Okay? You want to make sure that you don't go for normal throw as a punish. Normal throw is good to interrupt various strings and things like that, but it's never, ever, ever actually a punish, because you can always, always, always tech a normal throw unless you are in the middle of an evasive roll. Okay? Now. Ow! Let's see. So a common thing that happens here is people will say, well, I'm trying not to get that normal throw, I'm trying to just punish with a close hard punch. A common thing that you can do to avoid that is to simply run first. If you run before you hit that close C or that close D, you will always get that attack, because remember, you cannot throw while running. So if you want to punish something consistently, it's a good idea just to run first to avoid getting that throw. Okay? Now, this gives rise to something else. There is another mechanic that makes King of Fighters throwing a little bit different. Okay? Remember how I said that you can jump, or you can backdash, or you can do something throw invincible, or you can also tech a normal throw. Well, there's actually another way to avoid all throws, including command grabs. What we've got here is a basic running string, okay? She'll do a string, and then if you continue blocking here, and she runs up and grabs you, it seems like there's not a lot of ways to avoid that. Well, there's something called alternate guard, which you need to understand. Okay? Alternate guard is the simple act of alternating between a high and a low guard. If you go from high to low, like this, you can actually extend your throw invincibility for an infinite amount of time. As long as you keep the back and the down back close enough together, you put yourself in a permanent state of throw invincibility. And you can do this as long as you want. If you start to space them out too far, you'll notice you start walking backwards. As long as you don't move backwards, you're doing it right. Okay? So the idea is you can extend your throw invincibility this way, but obviously alternate guard has a weakness. The weakness of this is you are obviously not guarding low for various periods, so if the Yuri player did this instead, if the Yuri player ran up and did a low instead, then obviously that alternate guard isn't going to help you much. Use alternate guard if you think your opponent is going to go for lots of normal throws or command grabs, and you can avoid the throw altogether. If the Yuri player tried to go for a normal throw here instead of a command grab, then it wouldn't whiff, but instead, she'll just get a close hard punch. Because you throw invincible, the game says, well, a throw's not possible, I'll just give her the close hard punch. Okay? And there's one last thing you need to know about throws. Let me see if I can do it this way. Okay, so when you knock someone down in this game and they're getting up, you have a period of throw invincibility that is actually longer than your period of hit invincibility. Just to demonstrate here, I'm already up and I'm already walking backwards. At this point in time, right here, I'm walking backwards and she's going for the throw. Well, it's actually possible to be hit right now. My wake up invincibility has ended. However, in King of Fighters 13, as well as some of the older, more classic 2D fighting games, you have throw invincibility that lasts a little bit longer than your hit invincibility, okay? So the idea is, if your opponent wants to go for a throw, they have to delay that. They have to wait a certain amount of time, otherwise you are still throw invincibility and their throw attempt will simply miss. Okay, now it actually, you don't have to wait that long, but it's a very small period. I'd say it's somewhere around maybe 6 to 8 frames. I'm just spitballing that number, I don't know the exact number. But the point is, you have extra throw invincibility after you've gotten knocked down, after your hit invincibility has ended. But it's not just on knockdowns. It's also after just getting hit in general, and it's also after blocking anything. Okay? If you just block any attack, you have that extra throw invincibility that lasts after the block stun is over, even if you get hit. You have that extra... Oh, excuse me. Okay. Let's see if I get here. There we go. Boom. Okay, even if you get hit, there's that little period of invincibility that you have. Okay, even Kyo has this. Kyo's EX, his half circle back kick, if you hit both kicks, this is actually a command grab for regular Kyo. You cannot guard this. Crouch, all guard. Nope! This is an actual command grab. And throw invincibility, you have to wait after that thing is blocked. Wait a little bit, go. Because if you go right away, it'll just miss. Go right away, miss. Even if you hit them, same idea. Same idea, just gonna miss again. So the idea is after you get hit, after you block anything, and if you get knocked down, there's extra throw invincibility. It should also be stated, I forgot about this, some characters do have air throws. They're triggered in much the same way. Air throws are not breakable. Okay? So now we know about throw invincibility, but there is one other thing you have to keep in mind with throw invincibility. You might have seen in the training mode there's this thing called passive move. What passive move does is if you knock down the dummy, if it's possible for them to quick rise, then they will. And a quick rise is accomplished by hitting light punch and light kick, the same thing as the roll, at just before you hit the ground. Boom. Okay, just hit light punch, light kick. Some knockdowns you cannot do a quick rise after some knockdowns. So there are techable and untechable knockdowns. You might recognize that terminology from some games like, say, Street Fighter 4. Now, the quick rise, you cannot be punished, okay? If your opponent tries to attack at the end of the quick rise, boom, boom, boom. Let's try this here. The quick rise cannot be punished. You can block immediately, or you could roll immediately, or you could reversal immediately once you come out of the quick rise. There is one major weakness to the quick rise, however. The major weakness to the quick rise is that if you do a quick rise, you do not, I repeat, you do not have the extra throw invincibility that you get on a normal knockdown. Remember, if you knock someone down in a normal fashion, and they just get up normally, you cannot command grab or normal throw them immediately when they get up. However, if they do a quick rise, you can. Okay? And this is the only weakness of quick rise, and it's what you want to keep in mind if you decide to do it a lot. If they have a command grab or a normal throw, you might need to be wary of it. Okay? That's basically everything you need to know about the throws and the quick rise system in this game, how to avoid throws. If you have more questions about throws or if you need more practice with them, just let me know. I'm going to be releasing more King of Fighters 13 videos in the future, you know, for various characters and system mechanics and such, so please stay tuned, subscribe, blah, blah, comment, etc. Anyways, see you guys later, and check out what's in the description if you do want to learn more about the game.